Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Loretta McNary Show. And my guest is truly amazing. I'm really proud of him, and I haven't even known him that long, but he is a Dallas, Texas native. He wears many hats. He's a husband, a father, a teacher, and a coach. He makes sure to give his time back to the Lord as a passionate praise and worship leader and a gospel recording artist. And he's had many, many amazing opportunities. He's worked with and shared the stage with a lot of our favorites. And let me tell you, he's quickly going to become one of your favorites as well. Everybody, welcome Malcom Christopher II.
How y'all doing?
So I'm just going to jump right in there because I want you to share the inspiration. You have a new EP out called Shift. And what message do you hope listeners will take away from after they listen to it?
Yeah, so I just put out a new EP, Shift, about a few weeks ago. It was on the iTunes charts at number 29. Did really well. Basically, I just want people to get from this EP Shift. That God is we serve a mighty God. That His grace is always new to us each and every day. And I just also want them to know that whatever that you desire or want God to do for you, He will do it.
Ooh, okay. I like how you coming on in here. Okay. And it's interesting because when you say EP shift, and I was like, want to make sure people understand you are saying the word shift. So how did this song shift in the EP? How does it resonate with you and to be able to perform some powerful lyrics?
Yeah, so the EP Shift it resonates with me just from the different stages of life that God has had me in, from being a young man, being able to leave from my mom and father's nest to be able to graduate, go through college, and then from there being able to be married and start my own family. And now with two kids and being married to my wife for 4 years, God, he has done a shift from those different stages of life for as myself. And what I've understood in all of those different stages, that he shifted me in, that I needed him more than ever. And throughout these four songs on the EP, throughout these four songs, you get a taste of where I was at different stages of my life.
Yes, I actually went to YouTube and have definitely downloaded it so that you can get some credit for that. But I was truly blown away by your talent, and you could tell it's really worship for you, not just you performing a song. You truly are. An embodiment of what you are singing about. Can you just share? I don't know if you want to hum a few bars or just share some of the lyrics with Shift. And then I have some more questions because you have a couple more, well, three other songs as well. So can you tell us some of the lyrics or hum a couple of the bars?
Yeah, so Shift, that's the title of the EP. But the actual song that you're probably referring to is Do It For Me. And basically with Do It For Me, lyrically wise, I'm praying to God and I'm asking God to actually do it for me. I'm calling on his name, and in that I'm quoting the things that I've seen him do for people throughout the Bible. I said in there, I heard what you did for Daniel in the lion's den. Um I also talk about the woman with the issue of blood. I also talk about um the blind man, how he gave him sight to see, things of that nature. And um with re saying those stories in my prayer to God, I'm wanting him to do it for me just like he did it for those people. So basically, lyrically wise, I'm literally just calling God out on what he's done and saying, well, if you could do it for them in my situation and the things that I have going on throughout my life, do it for me too.
Ooh, I told you it's powerful. And yeah, and that's what the word tells us to, not remind God of his word because he doesn't forget it, but he's want to make sure that you actually know the word yourself so that you can say in his word, say it will not return to him void. And people say, well, I don't know how to pray. Just say his words back to him.
Right.
Like you said, that's what you're doing, just repeating those words back to him. So you've shared the stage with some of my favorite, several renowned gospel artists. Can you tell us about one memorable experience from performing with them, and just name a couple of the ones, and then after that, who would you now like to work with as well?
So I shared the stage with the Walls Group. I was a part of their tour last summer. Recently, I just opened up for Ernest Pugh. He just had a live recording. I've also shared the stage with Pastor Mike, James Fortune, Kierra Sheard. It's a lengthy list. One memorable moment that I would say that I've had is with Ernest Pugh, him just being able to see me live, and then being able to just instill some things within me to think some things that I can actually just take with me as far as going forward. And basically he was just telling me to just be myself and continue to just let God use me in the way that he's been using me. As far as artists that I look forward to sharing the stage with, I would like to share the stage with Kalante Gavin, and I also would like to share the stage with Fred Hammond as well. I think those would be dope experiences. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to those. And whatever else God has in store for me too. I'm At the end of the day, I'm just so grateful, so blessed for the opportunity to be able to just share my ministry with artists that have been in it longer than I have. And I just pray that, one day that I'll be a staple in the gospel industry, just like the ones that I've, shared the stage with.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. And then in the next year or so or less, somebody's going to say, you know what, I want to share the stage with Malcom Christopher II.
Definitely.
Just
Definitely.
see you going cool. Yeah. And I bet they're saying it now. I mean, when people download your music and they hear it and they see you performing, and if they ever get the chance, I would love to see you perform in person. But can you describe a moment where your faith played a crucial role in your life and in your career? Because you said, your song says, "Do it for me." So is there another instance where you can say my faith really helped me get through this one?
Yeah. So currently as we speak right now, and then further on back years, me just coming into my own as a man, being a husband, being the father of two children. I have my kids where they're looking at me. I have my wife who looks to me as far as leading our household, and just being able to just balance out everything. It takes a lot of understanding, takes a lot of faith, it takes a lot of prayer, it takes a lot of sticking with God, because as you can see in this world that we live in, you can get real sidetracked with the different things that's going on with social media and stuff like that. And so every day for me, it's a constant walk, talk, pray, and having faith in God. Just because you just never want to get sidetracked or get veer off on the wrong path. So each and every day, I'm praying each and every day. I'm walking with God, talking with him, just trying to figure out what's next as far as what he wants me to do, how he wants me to lead my family, how he wants me to go about taking care of my children and things like that. It's just like I said, in this present time that I'm in right now, I know I have my family counting on me in a lot of different ways, and I just don't want to let them down by being focused on the wrong thing. So I'm always just keeping my ear to what God has to say, and just having that faith that he is going to make a way and do it for us in every aspect of our lives.
Oh, wow. Whew. That was good. So did you grow up singing in the church? Were you going to Sunday school? And what's your background? What's your family dynamic?
So yeah, definitely. As far as family wise, we, they kept myself, my sister, my brother, they kept us in church. My mom, dad, grandmother, auntie, they were all involved in church. We sung in the choir, um, the youth choir for forever. When I got about like 12, 11, 12, 11. I mean, 11 to 12, 13 years old. That's when I kind of just started, branching out and actually leading songs. And then from there, that's where I grew the inspiration to want to become a gospel artist. Just being able to inspire and encourage other people has always been a natural calling that I have received from God, and it's just something that I just continue to keep doing, just based off of, like you said, my background and everything like that. Also, people within my family, my sister, she sings, she's a worship leader. My brother, he's a preacher. My aunt, she's a musical director, and also she sings too as well. So we're a big family that sings, and we know God. We know God, and we just like they've encouraged me to know God for myself, we do that with pretty much everybody. And so we're pretty close, tight knit family that just loves God. And like I said, on a Christmas, Thanksgiving, or anytime we get together, you never know, we might end up singing together, and it just just fellowshipping and just loving on God the way we do.
Wow. I see you, Nick Nova. He is one of the most prolific spoken word artists that you can. Oh my goodness. He travels around the country like you do, and he is doing this spoken word. He is powerful, he's engaging, he's charismatic, and he can be very, very deep, or he can be very, very entertaining. It all depends on his crowd. So I was just thinking, because you remind me so much of him. He's a dad. He has two children,
Mhm.
and my daughter in love. I just love her so much. And so, if you ever want to collab with a spoken word artist, I just love the dynamic of a vocalist and then a spoken word artist doing a thing together. I think that would just be so intriguing and so amazing. So let me know. I'll make that connection. So when
Yeah.
you were at your time in Houston, Malcolm, and your exposure to artists, like you said, the Walls Group. I remember meeting the Walls Group at one of the Stellar Awards way before they became the Walls Group, and
Mhm.
Ernest Pugh as well. I met a ton of people at various, many, many Stellar Awards on the red carpet, and also Nikki Ross. How have they influenced your music?
Wow. So since I stay in Dallas, going to Houston, it's another whole ball game. You gotta Everybody down there is literally talented. I went down there actually because of college. I went to Houston Baptist University, but in the process of being down there, I got to meet Nikki Ross, the Walls Group, and Ernest as well. But as far as influences, if you just listen to them vocally, the Walls Group, their harmonies are real tight.
Mhm.
They're they're gospel aliens. Like, whatever you think of that you want to do vocally, they can actually do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
way with Ernest, same way with Nikki, also Kim Burrell too as well. Everybody looks to Kim Burrell as far as vocals and stuff like that, and everybody has a little taste of um Kim Burrell as far as vocal ability within what they do. So just being down there, I just soaked it all in, and I was just inspired. The Walls Group being around, we're all kind of around the same age and stuff like
Mhm,
that. Just
mhm.
seeing young people on fire for God, that is just something that I just took within myself to just keep pushing, keep going, and no matter age or whatever like that. You showing the love of God that you have within your heart, it's needed. It's not just needed just for older, but it's also needed for the young. It's also needed for the ones that's right in between and stuff like that. So learning that from them, and then like I said, with just Ernest, it's just a whole lot of wisdom, whole lot of knowledge of the gospel industry, the game, and then also the music part of it too as well. Just being able to know um the different the different, musicians, being able to know the different producers and stuff like that. Is, like I said, it's a lot that I just learned down there. But like I said, Houston definitely is one of those places to be. I know they say, Dallas is pretty much like the capital for gospel because we got Kurt, Fred, and everybody here. But
Mhm.
going down there, if you talking about vocalists that can actually just straight kill it, all of them down there, they got it. They got it. So,
They got it. And I'll
mhm.
definitely agree with you. But somebody who's on the scene that is just like people think he's an overnight sensation because he's racking up on all these awards. And you know who I'm talking about? Pastor Mike. I mean,
Right.
his talent is gigantic, right?
Definitely.
And it's like nobody, I didn't even hear about him until maybe 3 years ago. And then now it's like everywhere you look, he's doing an amazing job of promoting what he's doing, how good God is doing for him. I mean, and it's explosive, not only his growth in Christ as a man, as a dad, as a father, but as a
Right.
pastor, as an artist, and how he is one of the he gets it right when he allows he brings people up with him. Like
Right.
he's not just up there saying, look at me, I arrived. I love how he will bring people up and help lead them and give them their own spotlight. And he is not trying to hog it all, although he could if he wanted to. But and then you said you're going to perform with him. How did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, we were it was a radio tour. I mean, not tour, but it was a radio praise in the park. That's what it was. And he was the headliner. And I got an opportunity to come down to Huntsville, Alabama, to be a part of it. And one thing I can just say about Pastor Mike and just being around him, he's real. He's a real chill, cool guy. But in everything you do, like you were saying, you can actually just see his heart. And I think that's what has been seen all over the world is his heart, not only for the music and stuff like that, but his heart for God, his heart for people and stuff like that. And so, with that being said, God has just blessed him in a mighty way. I know we heard of him, like you said, about 3 years ago, but just knowing his story and stuff like that, he had been recorded, the
Mm-hmm.
songs that we're hearing now. It
Mm-hmm.
was just about when God wanted to um let it go and allow the masses to be able to hear what he had given him. But
Mm-hmm.
Pastor Mike, like I said, he's amazing. He's killing it. He's on tour. He's on tour right now, actually. And
Mm-hmm.
if y'all haven't checked it out, y'all should go check it out. He's, like I said, he's bringing the energy, and also, like you said, he has an upcoming artist that he's actually working with that he's giving the opportunity to her, and she's doing her thing. Her name is Adia. She's doing her thing now. So yeah, good guy, good guy.
Yeah, I've never met him in person before, but I feel like our paths will align. So let me ask you this, Malcolm. Oh my goodness, time is going so fast. So how do you incorporate being a teacher and a coach and then into your music and your performances?
So it kind of goes hand in hand. Basically, me being a teacher, I teach health. So I don't teach none of the core subjects. But when teaching health, of course, we're talking about um, how to stay healthy, how to be healthy, what to eat, and stuff like that. But there's a small part in health where we talk about mental health. We talk about life. We talk about what to expect from when the kids leave from eighth grade going into high school and stuff like that, and that preparing them for life in college. I mean, in high school and in college, and so far on. It translates literally to what I do as far as being an artist, as far as being doing my ministry. I definitely just have to keep it real with them. So when I'm pouring into them, the same things that I'm pouring into them is no different than when I'm being a worship leader or when I'm being an artist and I'm sitting down writing my own music and just trying to pour into others. Just giving them what God has placed on my heart, just giving them the different things that God has allow me to go through, and being able to share it with them and tell them, hey, this is the way to go, or hey, don't do this, I experienced this, or whatever like that. And with that, it just brings about children that go off and do what they do and have fun, and they come back to my 8th grade class and just say, hey, the things that you taught me, that you were right, you were spot on. And no different than worshiping and being an artist, just being able to receive that feedback that, hey, I don't know what state you was in when you wrote this particular part in this song, but it really stuck to me, and I appreciate you for it. And so I'm just grateful for it. I'm grateful to just be able to just be used by God in that particular way. But other than that, it's that's what it is. It's a balance. It's a balance, balancing it all out and stuff like that, of course. But at the same time, I give it to God and allow God to just deal with me as far as when I walk into those different rooms wearing those different hats.
Okay. So which brings is kind of like part B now, is this part of this question. So you're a father, a husband, and then a teacher, a coach, a gospel artist. So how do you balance all that? You have a lot of people looking up to you. And then I'm sure, like all of us, we have those people who are waiting on us to make this big mistake, as if God can't get us through. We're not really spending our time there. So how do you balance having performed on these big stages with these talented, super talented gospel artists, and then you got to go back home and you still got to take the trash out, you still got to do carpool, you got to give your wife a break and be on daddy duty? How do you balance that, and what do you do for Malcom Christopher II to make sure that you are healthy mentally and spiritually and physically?
So a lot of times I always go to God in prayer and tell God, just no matter the stage, no matter the assignment, no matter whether I'm teaching, coaching with the family, I just always ask God to just keep me humble, keep me just keep me not too high, not too low, but just right in the middle. And what I mean by that is, I never get too big for anybody, and I'll never be I'll never put it across to people that since I've done this and this and this, I'm like that. I'm at heart, I'm a realist. And what I mean by that is, the same person that's like interviewing you, if we were to get off here and we were to talk, it'd be the same exact thing, us talking or whatever like that. So just keeping that, God, I'm thankful for all the blessings and things, but just keep me upright and just keep me humble. And when it's dealing with the family and just balancing things out, just giving 100% in those different areas, just like I would do anything else. And I know people may say, well, that takes a lot. You can't always give 100% in each area, but I just strive to do it, each and every day. Like with my wife is pretty much, hey, what do you need from me to do? What are the honeydews that you need me to do? If you need a break, okay, cool. You can have that break. I got the kids. I make myself available. That's what I can say. I just make myself available. And when everybody tired and they sleepy, that's when I get mine. And then sometimes, God always lets me know, hey, you need to take a break. You need to take a break from everything. And with that being said, in those times, I just trust them. I just trust them that, I can just leave from the artistry, the worshiping and all of those different things, to just rest and just be the family man and the husband that I need to be. And then be able to just come back to those different things or whatever like that. And knowing that God, he gonna allow me to pick up and continue to keep going. So
he definitely has you, Malcom. It's clear. It's so clear to me. It's written all over you. Shirley Hill, thank you so much for saying hello. And thank you for sharing this amazing. I'm enjoying this. It's like I'm talking to one of my sons. I promise you, you are that indeed. You remind me of my sons. So I have two more questions and I'm going to let you go. So one is, how do you... No, I asked that one. So what advice do you have for an aspiring gospel artist who is looking up to you? What advice do you have?
The advice that I have literally is you got to keep God in the center of everything that you do. When you keep God in the center of everything that you do, He's gonna make a way for all of the dreams, hopes, desires that you may have. He's gonna make it happen. But you gotta keep Him in the center of everything that you do. Another thing that I would just say is it's hard work. It's hard work. A lot of us out here aren't signed to big labels, myself included. I'm not. I'm an independent artist.
Not yet.
But yeah. But with that being said, don't get discouraged because you aren't where you see your peers that are already there. Don't get discouraged in that because of the fact that you will get there. And then
Yeah.
your avenue, your path may be totally different. And at the end of the day, what God has for us is going to be for us. So just bask in the gift that He's giving you, use it, and just allow Him to lead and direct you. And the final thing, for all of those artists that are looking to get into gospel, whatever genre, you got to understand this. You got to be comfortable with performing or ministering in front of 0 to 5 people before you can understand what it is to perform in front of thousands. If you can perform in front of 5 to 10 people, like it's a thousand of people,
Yeah.
thousands of people, then when you get to that level, it'll be nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you know if God truly lives within you, when it doesn't matter the room that you walk into.
That was beautiful advice. And I say that a lot because whether I'm speaking to a kindergarten class or an Ivy League college business class, I'm Loretta. This is who I am. This is what I do. I show up the same way. I don't downgrade anything. And because you never know who's in the room, number one. And if we are, especially Christians, we work unto the Lord, right? So we should
Right.
always represent Him with excellence in our A game every time, because the one time that you decide is not good enough for you, you're making a big decision that's going to affect you negatively down the road. So every
Right.
stage is a big stage. Every audience is an important, valuable audience, and you have to have that. Monica said there are great benefits to being an independent artist, so relish in it. And I hope to see you at Praise Fest in New Orleans. She's a PR guru and marketing expert out in New Orleans and LA. So, okay, so one more question, and then I want you to tell people how they can find you. And our
Okay.
time is running out. So,
Okay.
what future projects or collaborations can your fans look forward to, and how can they find you?
So y'all can look forward to the music video "Do It For Me." Is coming out pretty soon. Also, this year alone, I'm putting it out there. I'm available for bookings. So it's all on my social media, and I'll get ready to share that with y'all in a minute. But I'm available. Just hit me up and we can make it happen. Other than that, expect the album to come out sometime next year. We just gonna ride the rest of this year out with the EP, and just see where the Lord takes it. Hopefully we get on the Billboard charts and get to number one. That's a prayer. But other than that, this summer, like I said, you got the music video, and I'll be at different places, just singing and just ministering. And so, like I said, I'm available. I'm open. While we're here, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, um, TikTok, and all of the
YouTube.
different social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube. It's Malcom Christopher. So it's Malcom Christopher II at all of the different social media sites. So you'll be able to get connect with me there. And I'm always constantly, just uploading things, videos, behind the scenes and stuff like that. So just reach out to me. I'm available.
We will do that. I'm so glad that your publicist reached out to us and we vetted you, and we were super impressed with everything we saw and read. And so that's another thing. You have to make sure that when you're on camera, it aligns with your personal life too. So you're not doing crazy stuff on your Instagram, on your YouTube, because when art people who you want to share the stage with, their people are going to vet you. They're going to look you up on social media, and that could be a no. That could be a hard no if it's not aligning with the person on stage. Definitely. Malcom, thank you so much. It is a blessing to have met you and shared this time. I look forward to you coming back on the show again real soon, okay?
Definitely. And I appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely. We'll do it gladly again. We'll stay in touch. Thank you, Malcom.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. So Malcom has to go, but thank you so much for being our guest. This show was so enlightening and inspiring. I love it when young men are so positive and they're driven, they're passionate, and of course they give glory to God and they talk about their families too. I just love that. I love that so much. So in closing, think positive, dream big dreams, help someone along the way. And guess what? I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye, everybody.